Yes, everyone. So let us start with the lecture. We have got open loop transfer function. What is the question? The open loop transfer function of a system is g of s h of s, which is equal to k upon s into s plus s squared plus 2s plus 2. Correct? The angle of departure is at -1 minus j is what? That is what they are asking. Correct? Now, सबसे पहली चीज क्या है? Angle of departure क्या है, sir? Angle of departure is nothing but phi d, which is given by 180 plus angle of g of s h of s. Is it right? Yes. Now 180 degrees अपने पास में है, लेकिन angle of g of s h of s is unknown. Is that right? Yes, sir. अभी इसके लिए हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? कुछ नहीं बच्चा लोग, आपके पास में क्या है? आपके पास में ऑलरेडी है g of s h of s. करेक्ट है कि नहीं? आप क्या करो, आप इसका बस ले लो एंगल. In the sense, just do it angle of g of s h of s, which is equal to how much? Yes, angle of बोलो 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 k upon कितना? S into s squared plus 2s plus 2. Is it right? Is it right? Yes, sir. Now, yes, greeting, Adnan Khan. Yes. फिर, what is angle of k here? What is angle of k? K is a simple real number. Is that correct? Yes, sir. That is the reason angle here is going to be how much? It is going to be 0. Correct? Correct or not? Which means it is nothing but what? Angle of 0 degrees. Now see here, they are asking angle of departure at what? -1 minus j. Is that correct? Is that correct? Yes. So now angle of k is how much? It is nothing but 0. But now if you just observe here, they are asking you angle of departure at this particular point. -1 minus j. Is that right? Yes, sir. So now let us try to do that. In the sense, what we will do is we'll just simply replace s by -1 minus j. That's it. Understanding my point? Please tell me yes or no. Is everyone with me? Yes, sir. Slide is not with us. Sir, you are presenting from tab. Yes, buddy. Yes. It is iPad. Yes. Anyways, yes. You please replace this value as equal to -1 minus j in this particular transfer function. That's it. So now, once you do that, what do you get? You will get k upon how much? S. S will be replaced by what? -1 minus j into what? -1 minus j the whole square plus 2 times -1 minus j plus 2. Is that correct? Is that correct? Yes. Now, if you try to find the angle, what do you get then? You get the angle to be equal to what is nothing but angle of k upon how much? This one. This one. You please add them. You please solve this. End of that, you'll be getting something like this. Angle of -1 minus j into angle of -1 minus j plus 1 minus j into angle of -1 minus j plus 1 plus j. This is what is there, correct? Yes. Now you please solve this and then you will get angle of k upon how much? Angle of -1 minus j at an angle of -2j at an angle 0 degrees. 0 degrees also see here. -1 plus 1 is nothing but 0. Minus j plus j is equal to 0. Here if you see -1 plus 1 it is 0. Minus j is equal to how much? -2j. And here you have what? -1 minus j. Is it right? Yes, sir. Very simple. Now you please do that. What do you get? You get this to be 0 degrees upon how much? 180 degrees plus 45 degrees at an angle how much? -90 degrees. Which is nothing but minus of 180 degrees plus 45 degrees plus 90 degrees, which is nothing but equal to how much? Minus of 180 degree plus this much is how much? How much it is? It is nothing but minus 180 degrees plus of 45 degrees. Correct or not? Yes, sir. So your angle is nothing but this. This is nothing but angle of G of S into H of S. Is that correct? Yes, sir. But now you want what? You want angle of departure, which is phi d. What is phi d? It is nothing but 180 degrees plus angle of G of S into H of S. Is that correct? Just now we had seen this particular equation. Correct? Now, what is this equal to? 180 degrees plus angle of G of S, which is nothing but what? Minus 180 degrees plus 45 degrees. How much is that equal to? This is nothing but equal to 180 degrees minus 180 degrees gets cancelled. You will get phi d, which is equal to nothing but 45 degrees. Is it very clear with everyone? Is it fine? Please tell me yes or no. Correct? Yash, Rajesh, is it fine? Okay, now next. What is the next question? The characteristic equation of a control system is given by s squared plus 2s to the power 4 plus 8s to the power 4 plus 12s cube plus 20s squared plus 16s plus 16 equal to 0. The number of roots of the equation which lie on the imaginary axis of s plane is. You please tell me, what will you use first? What will you be using? Yes, you have got only one single option. What is that? That is nothing but Routh-Hurwitz criteria. Rather, Routh's array is what you are supposed to be using. What is that? Let us see. Routh's array states that you please write down these terms s to the power 6, s to the power 5, s to the power 4, and so on here. Correct? So you'll be having s to the power 6, s to the power 5, s to the power 4, s to the power 3, s squared, and s to the power 1 and s to the power 0. Is that correct? Yes. And then you will be writing these numbers in alternate fashion. So how do you write them? You write first here. If you just see here, s to 6 is having 1 as the coefficient. So it will come 1. After that, you are going to take alternate one. Alternate one is what? 8. So you please take 8. After that, again, alternate one. Alternate one is what? 20. So you please take 20. After that, what is alternate one? 16. So you please take 16. That's it. Now, what is s to the power 5? S to the power 5. Here, you are having 2. So you please write down here 2. After that, alternate one is going to be 12. After that, alternate one is going to be how much? Come on. Alternate one is going to be 16. That's it. Now, you want this particular value, s to the power 4 here. What will it come? This is nothing but what, sir? 2 into 8. Mind my words. 2 into 8 minus 1 into 12 upon 2. Means 2 into 8 is nothing but 16. 2 into 8 minus 12 into 1 upon how much? Upon 2. That's it. How much is this total equal to? 16 minus 12. 16 minus 12 is nothing but 4. 4 minus divided by 2 is nothing but 2. So here you get value to be 2. This is s to the power 4 equation. Please remember this one, guys. Anyways, now what will come here? What will come here? Again, the same old story we are going to do. What is that? See, 2 multiplied by 20, which is 40. 40 minus 1 into 16 is nothing but 40 minus 16, which is 24. 24 upon 2 is nothing but how much? 12. The next one, here again, 2 into 16 is going to be 32. 32 minus 0 is upon 2 is going to be 16. Yes. So you have got 2, 12, 16. Now see, here also you have got 2, 12, 16. Here also you have got 2, 12, 16, which means definitely next upcoming row will be nothing but 0, 0, 0 row. Is that right? Please tell me. What do you think about it? What do you think? Come on, see. 12 in 2 into 12 minus 2 into 12. How much is that? 0. 2 into 12 minus 2 into 12 upon 2 is nothing but 0. Again, here also same old story, 0, 0, 0. Correct or not? Yes. So this is nothing but the S cube row, which is nothing but a row of zeros. Row of zeros. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Now, the row which is above this particular row of zeros is nothing but called as, from this particular row, you will be getting something called as auxiliary equation. What do you get? Auxiliary equation. Is that correct with everyone? Yes, sir. You get auxiliary equation. Now, once you have this particular equation, first of all, how do you get this particular equation? Just see, this is s to the power 4 rho. Is that correct? So you please write s to the power 4. Correct or not? Yes, sir. See, s to the power 4. After that, you will be having, because we are writing alternate, is that correct? So you will be having s squared, even numbers, s to the power 0, which is equal to 0. But what will come with them? With them, yes, definitely the first term will be 2, then 12 will come, and then 16 will come. So it is nothing but 2, 12, and 16 plus plus. That's it. Now you please tell me what is that? See, if you just take 2 common, you get s to the power 4 plus 6s squared plus how much? 8, which is equal to how much? 0. Correct? You please take this 2 on the other side. It will become 0, and then you will be having s squared plus 6s squared plus 8. Is that correct? Yes, sir. So here the equation will be s to the power 4 plus 6s squared plus 8, which is equal to 0. Is it right? Yes, sir. Now, see here, s squared plus 2. Now, if you try to simplify this, let us simplify it. S to the power 4 plus 6s squared plus 8 equal to 0. If you try to simplify it, what would you get? What would you get? You want 2 numbers. See, if you take this as 8 here, school way. Let us try to do the school way. If you take this 8 here, you want 2 numbers. When you multiply them, you should get how much? 8. And if you add them, you should get 6. Correct, no? Just simply do that. So we have, we are already in our school days, we have seen that those particular 2 numbers are nothing but 2 and 4. Rather 4 into 2. Correct or not? Yes. So you'll be having what, sir? You'll be having this one as, because since now here it is s to the power 4, so you will not be writing s. You will be writing rather s squared. S squared plus 4, and here you'll be getting what? S squared plus 2. Is that correct? Which is equal to 0. Now, therefore, now you just see this. You just see this. Observe. Just simply observe this. See, s squared plus, yes, s squared plus 2, s squared plus 4. Correct? S squared plus 2, s squared plus 4, which is equal to 0. What do you get now? If you just take them like this, see, if you separate them out and then equate them to 0, what do you get? See, if you separate them like this, first take s squared plus 4, which is equal to 0, and then equate s squared plus 2, which is equal to 0. Now, once you do that, what do you get? You get s squared, which is equal to, this is plus 4, going there, it will become minus 4. Similarly, here it is s squared, this 2 plus 2 will become minus 2. Correct? Therefore, you get how much? S equal to how much? Under root of plus minus 4. Similarly, here what? S squared equal to what? Under root of minus 2 plus minus under root of minus 2 plus minus under root of minus 2. Is that correct? Yes. Which is nothing but what, sir? Which is nothing but what, sir? Plus minus j, plus minus j 2, and this is nothing but what? Plus minus j under root of 2. These are the 2 ones. Now, see here. See, very simple. Now, these 2 pairs of roots are also the roots of the original characteristic equation. Thus, the characteristic equation is having 4 roots on the imaginary axis, because see here, see, this particular auxiliary equation, whatever are the roots of the auxiliary equation, those will be nothing but the roots on the imaginary axis. I mean, this is your imaginary axis. So they are saying that there are 4 roots on the imaginary axis. One will be root 2 minus root 2, j root 2 minus j root 2. Above will be what? J2, and this is going to be minus J2. So there are going to be 4 roots on the imaginary axis. I hope you are all understanding this particular point. Correct or not? Yes. So basically, what do you have now? You have got that there are 4. So your answer is option C. Getting my point? Please tell me yes or no. Has everyone understood this particular thing? It is option C, which is nothing but 4. Is it clear with everyone? Please tell me. Yes. Now next, the root locus. The root locus plot is shown below. The damping ratio for the value of k equal to k1 is, damping ratio for the is what? Let us see that. See, Do you really know that our zeta, which is there, is nothing but equal to cos phi? And that particular phi angle, that angle phi is nothing but how much? See here, cos phi. Take this angle. For example, this angle is phi. You please take the cos phi of it. Means, what is cos? Cos is nothing but adjacent upon hypotenuse, correct or not? Yes. So adjacent side is what? Adjacent side is nothing but 1. Hypotenuse is nothing but root 3. So it is nothing but 1 over root 3. And this particular cos phi is nothing but zeta only. So indirectly you have got value of zeta to be equal to how much? 1 over root 3. I hope this is very, very clear with everyone. Correct? So this is zeta, which is equal to what? 1 upon root 3. So where is that? 1 upon root 3, 1 upon root 3. What is 1 upon root 3? 1 upon root 3, if you calculate, you will get this somewhere around 0.577. So it is nothing but option C. Is it fine with everyone? Has everyone understood this one? Please tell me, yes or no? Yes. Now next, which one of the following is the root locus of a system with open loop transfer function of g of s h of s equal to k into s plus 1.5 upon s into s plus 1 into s plus 5. This is the transfer function which is given. Correct? Open loop transfer function is given, and you are expected to find what? You are expected to find the root locus for this particular system. What is the root locus? Let us see that. See, first of all, let us write down what are the location of the poles. What are the location of poles? So if you just see here, what are the locations of poles? See, first pole is on the origin, which is S. Correct or not? It states that the first pole is at origin. Yes, one pole is here at origin at zero level. Then next is what? S plus 1. S plus 1 is nothing equal to 0. Means it is nothing but S equal to minus 1. S equal to minus 1 is where? Here. For example, it is here. So you have got the second pole also. Similarly, the third pole is S plus 5. So S plus 5 equal to 0. You will get S equal to minus 5. So this is your going to be third pole. Correct or not? Yes. Now see, you have got 3 poles and you have got only 1 0. See, these are 3 poles, and on top of that, on the numerator, you have got only 1 0, which means that there has to be two more poles who will end up at infinity. Means there will be asymptotes. What are that? Let us see number of asymptotes. What is number of asymptotes? Number of asymptotes is nothing but given by number of poles minus number of zeros. What are the number of poles? Number of poles is 3 minus number of zeros is how much? There is only 1 0, so it is nothing but 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. So number of asymptotes is nothing but 2. The moment number of asymptotes is 2, the angle of asymptotes will be how much? Since it is 2, it is nothing but 90 degrees and 270 degrees. Correct or not? Yes. Now, next is what? Since you have got this particular, what do you say, asymptotes, you need something called a centroid. So what is centroid? What is centroid formula? You all know that the centroid formula is nothing but sum of real part of open loop poles minus sum of real part of open loop poles minus sum of real part is very important, of open loop zeros upon what? Number of poles minus number of zeros. Is that correct? Yes. So this is nothing but equal to how much, sir? Minus 5 minus 1 plus 0 minus 1.5 upon how much? Upon 2. Correct or not? Minus 5 minus 1 plus 0 minus 1.5 upon how much? Upon 2. What is that equal to? What is that equal to? This is nothing but equal to what? If you solve this further, you will get this to be minus 2.25. Has everyone understood this particular question? Please let me know in the chat box. Please. I'm waiting for your reply. Please let me know. Is everyone able to understand this question? Please tell me. Correct? Correct? Yes. Now the next one. The respective number of left hand, right hand and j omega axis roots of the equation are. Let us see what are they. See here. S to the power 6 plus s to the power 5 plus 2s to the power 4 minus s squared minus s minus 2 is your characteristic equation which is given, and they are asking you what are the left hand poles, right hand poles, and j omega axis poles. So who is the solution? The solution is nothing but Routh's array. So let us do that. Let us simply use our Routh's array and see what happens. See here. You have got s to the power 6. So let us start with s to the power 6. Then you will be having s to the power 5, s to the power 4, s to the power 3, s squared, s to the power 1, and then s to the power 0. That's it. Now, what happens to s to the power 6? S to the power 6 is what? See, you will be writing them in alternate fashion. Is that correct? Yes. So if you write them in alternate fashion, you will get what? 1, 2, minus 1. That's it. And minus 2. So minus 1 and minus 2. So basically, see here, you'll get 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2. Now, the next one. Remaining ones, please take them down. This one, s to the power 5. What is that? 1. Coefficient of s to the power 5 is how much? 1. Then coefficient of s squared is what? Minus 1. Sorry. Yes. Coefficient of s cube is what? It is going to be 0. Because s cube is not available. S cube is not there. Not there. Correct or not? That is the reason here it will be 0. Then after that, you are having what? S. What is coefficient of s? Minus 1. And then you are having 0. Nothing but it is 0. Now, s to the power 4. What will be these equations? Just simply 1 into 2. Let us solve that. What is that? 1 into 2 is nothing but 2. 2 minus of minus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1, which is 3. 3 by 1 is nothing but 3. Now, similarly, 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. Minus 1 minus 1 is nothing but minus 2. Minus 2 minus 1. Minus 2 by 1 is nothing but what? 0. Correct? Yes. So, just a minute. Yes. See here. What have you got? The first one, 1 into 2 is nothing but 2. 2 by 1 is nothing but how much? 2. Is that correct? Then after that, because here it is 0, no? So it is not 3, rather it is 0. Rather it is 2. Just a minute, let me erase it. See, 1 into 2 is 2. 2 minus 0 is nothing but 2. 2 minus 1 into 0 is 0. So 2 minus 0 is nothing but 2. 2 by 1 is 2. Now next, 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. Correct or not? Minus of how much? Minus 1. Minus of minus 1 upon 1. Which is how much? Nothing but minus 1 plus 1 is nothing but 0. So it is nothing but 0. Now, 1. 1 into how much? 1 into minus 2 is nothing but minus 2. Minus 2 minus 0. Minus 2 minus 2 by 1 is nothing but minus 2. And this one is 0. Now, we know that if they can be easily factorized, then we can definitely divide this whole thing by 2. Correct or not? We can just directly divide this whole thing by 2. And once you divide it by 2, you'll be having what? 1, 0, minus 1 and 0. So this will be 1, 0, minus 1 and 0. Is it fine? Yes, sir. Now next one. How to find s cube? See, now if you just observe here, you have got s to the power 5 row and s to the power 4 row to be equal. Is that right? Yes. And whenever you have got 2 rows which are equal, then definitely what? Definitely the next upcoming row is going to be what? Row of zeros. So this is going to be 0, 0, 0, 0. Now, what happens to s to the power? What happens to s squared? Correct? Now, what we can do here? What we can do here? See, you please simply replace these zeros by a very small number. By what? By a very small number, nothing but epsilon. Me from Bangladesh. Yes, Azizul Islam Aziz. How are you, dear? Good evening, Azizul Islam Aziz. Yes. Good evening, buddy. How are you? Yes. So this is s cube, which is what? 0, 0, 0, 0. Now, you want s squared, correct? Yes. How to find s squared? See. Just simply replace this epsilon, these zeros by a very small fraction or a very small letter or a very small number, a very small number which is nothing but epsilon. So Let us replace this by epsilon. The moment you replace it by epsilon, you get epsilon into 0 is 0, 1 upon 0. What is that? Here you get epsilon, then here you get minus 1, and rest are going to be 0, 0 again. Now, s to the power 1. What will be that? That is nothing but again, it will become 4 by epsilon 0, 0, 0. Good evening, Aziz. Good evening. Yes. And this s to the power 0 will be what? It's nothing but minus 1. How? Because see, 4 by epsilon into minus 1, minus of epsilon into 0 upon 4 by epsilon. If you solve this, you will be getting what? Minus 1. Correct or not? Yes. Now, just see here. What is auxiliary equation? Just now we had seen the row which is just above the row of zeros. The row which is just above the rows of 0 will give you what? Auxiliary equation. So, what is that? This is the row of 0, correct or not? Yes. Now, above this, whatever is the row, it is going to give you auxiliary equation. So, auxiliary equation is what? S to the power 4 plus 0. See here, very simple, very simple. S to the power 4 minus 1 equal to 0. Now, you please differentiate that. This is your auxiliary equation. Roots of that will give you what? Number of poles, or rather, the exact value of poles which are there on j omega axis. Anyways, let us differentiate it and then see what are the number of sign changes. So, if you differentiate states, what do you get? D by ds of this one, s to the power 4 minus 1 is equal to 0. So, s to the power 4, d by ds of s to the power 4 is nothing but what? 4 s cubed. It is kind of x to n equal to n s to n minus 1. Correct? No, derivative of x to n is nothing but what? S to the power n minus 1 upon n into s to the power n minus 1. That way only. So, it is nothing but 4 s cubed. Correct? Yes, sir. Now, see, if it is 4 s cubed, now see here, number of sign changes. Now, let us observe what are the number of sign changes below auxiliary equation. Number of sign changes below our auxiliary equation. What are those? Let us see. Number of sign changes below this auxiliary equation. Auxiliary equation is how much? Auxiliary equation is this one. Below this, 1, 2, and 3 are the things. Now, if we say here, from here to here, there is no sign change. This is positive and this is also positive. So there is no sign change. But here you have got one sign change. So there are one number of sign changes, which means what? There is one pole on the right half of explain. From this auxiliary equation, we have understood that there are how much? 2 poles which are on the what? Which are on the j omega axis, and remaining 1 pole or remaining 3 poles are on the left half of this plane. So you have this in totality 6 poles which you already wanted is to the power 6, and you have got this particular differentiation. So what is your answer? Your answer is what? 1, 2, 3. So where is 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, 3 or other 3, 1, 2? Yes, the first one they have said is what? Left hand is almost 3, so it is 3. So either A or D. Then next is what? Next is j omega, which is 2. So 3, 2. Next is what? Right hand and j omega root. So it is nothing but option D. Answer is option D. Very, very simple. Is it very fine with everyone? Is it very easy? Correct? Is it very easy? Was it very easy? Aziz? Yes, Aziz, please tell me. Kindly say slowly. Yes, sure. I'll talk slowly from now. No worries. Anyways, what is question number 8? What is the next question? The route service array is given for a third order characteristic equation. What do you mean by third order characteristic equation? It means that the order of the transformation must be 3. That's it. So this is the route array which is given. Now what are they saying? The values of A, B, C, D are respectively for which of the system should be marginally stable. means means the values of A, B, C, D are respectively for which of the systems should be marginally stable. Means among the systems which are given, which one should be the value of K for which the system will be stable. Let us see that. So for that, let us solve this particular characteristic equation first, and then we will get to the things. Conclusion. So let us take the first row and see what happens. What is that? S cube and S squared. S to the power 1, S to the power 0. Say here, you have got A, B 0, C, D 0. Now, what will come here? In front of S to the power 1, you will be getting C into B minus A into D upon C. So CB minus AD upon C. Is it right? Yes, sir. Now, next one. C into 0 is 0, A into 0 is 0, upon C is nothing but 0. So the next one is going to be 0. Is that correct? Is that correct? Yes. And the last one here is going to be how much? CB minus AD into C upon this one is nothing but D. Correct? No, this D will get copied here. Or if you don't believe me, then you please do that. CB minus AD C, correct? Multiply by D upon this whole thing. What is that? CB minus AD upon C. If you don't believe me, you please do that. This into this minus this into this upon this. That's it. So you get this will get cancelled. You will be having only D. So this is what is nothing but the D. Is it fine? Yes, sir. No worries. Now just see here. So this is S to the power 0. Now what were you having here? You were having this 10 minus K upon 2, and here you are having CB minus AD by C. Is it correct? Yes. Now, if you want the system to be marginally stable, what do you want? You want that this S power 1 row should become 0. Correct or not? If you want the system to become marginally stable, which means odd number of some rows should become 0. Correct? Which means this row should become 0. When will this row become 0? This row will become 0 when CP minus AD upon C is nothing but equal to 0. Is it fine? Yes, sir. So CB minus AD upon C should become equal to 0. That is the first condition. And here also, from here, what do you get? You get that 10 minus K upon 2 should be equal to 0. Correct or not? Now, these two equations are the most fundamentally important equations for us. What will they do? What will they do to the system? C should be equal to 0. Correct or not? Yes. From this, what do you see? You please just observe. C is nothing but equal to 2, sir. Yes, C is equal to 2. The next is what? CB. CB should be C into B should be equal to 10. But C value you already know. So it is nothing but 2 into B, which is equal to 10. Therefore, we get B equal to 10 by 2, which is 5. Is it right? You please replace this C here. You will be getting 2B, which is equal to 10. So therefore, B equal to 5. Correct? Yes. Now, what is next? You want AD. Correct? Yes, sir. How to get that AD? See, AD is nothing but equal to what? K. If you compare, minus AD is nothing but equal to minus K. So AD is equal to K. Correct? A value do you have? No, sir. Do you have D value? No. But you need these values. Correct or not? Yes. Now, see here. CB and this you already know. So CB by C equal to AD. Let us simply replace all of this in this equation. What happens? CB? What is CB? CB is nothing but what? Nothing but 10 by 2, which is equal to K. See here, if you just see this equation, what do you get? You get that 10, if this 2 goes on the other side, if this 2 goes on other side, this becomes 0. So 10 minus K equal to 0. Therefore, you get K equal to how much? K equal to 10, which means value of K is 10. If value of K is 10, which means AD is equal to 10. Correct or not? Correct or not? Yes, AD is equal to 10. Now, therefore, if AD is equal to 10, now, what is the value of D? What is the value of D? Can you get the value of D? Please tell me, can you get the value of D? K, D, yes, definitely. K, because see, here, if you compare here, see, just simply observe this. Here, this one. What happened? Yes. If you see here you have got D, and here you have got D, and here you have got K. Is it correct? Yes. Which means what? D is nothing but equal to K. Correct or not? Yes, sir. Which means this K equal to 10 is nothing but D only. So which means D is equal to 10. Now, just now we have seen that AD equal to 10. Therefore, A is going to be how much? A into 10 equal to 10. Therefore, A is equal to 1. That's it. So you have got now all the values that you wanted. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 5, C is equal to 2, A is equal to 1, B is equal to how much? B is equal to how much? B is equal to 5, C is equal to how much? What is C? C. Where is C? C is equal to 2, and D is equal to how much? 10. So 1, 5, 2, 10, 1, 5, 2, 10, 1, 5, 2, 10. Yes, it is option A. I hope this question is very, very clear to everyone. Is it fine? Please tell me yes or no. Have you all understood this question? Is it very easy? Is it very easy? Please let me know in the chat box. Is it very easy? Please let me know. Yes. Now the next question, let us see here. The root locus plot of the system having the loop transfer function. Loop transfer function means what, sir? Open loop transfer function. That's it. Loop transfer function which is given. It has, now they are asking you, it has what? It has no breakaway point. It has 3 real breakaway points, only 1 breakaway point, 1 real and 2 complex breakaway points. What is that? Please tell me. That is nothing but the question. Now, how do you do about this? You want the characteristic equation. What is the characteristic equation? You know that it is nothing but what? See, you know the transfer function. In general, the transfer function looks like what? G upon 1 plus G of S. G upon 1 plus G of S H of S equal to 0. Correct or not? Yes. If we equate this denominator to 0, you will get the characteristic equation. Correct? Yes, sir. So now if you need the characteristic equation, please do that. So 1 plus, because this is open loop transfer function. Correct or not? This is closed loop transfer function. Totality. If you want the characteristic equation, you will have to equate the denominator to 0. And the denominator is nothing but what? 1 plus G of S H of S is equal to 0. So let us do that. 1 plus G of S H of S equal to 0. Therefore, 1 plus. Do you really have this value of G of S H of S? Yes, you have the value of G of S H of S. What is that? K upon S into S plus 4 into how much? S squared plus 4S plus 5. Is it right? Which is equal to 0. Is it fine? Please tell me. Please tell me. Now, therefore, you please do the cross multiplication and then do the honors. Means make this equal to 0. So it becomes S into S plus 4 into S squared plus 4S plus 5 plus K equal to how much? 0. Is it right? Therefore, what is the value of K? You please keep this K here and take everything on another side. Take this everything on another side. You get what? K equal to how much? Minus of S into S plus 4 into S squared plus 4S plus 5. Is it right? This is nothing but the K. Now you need what? dk by ds. You need how much? Because in order to find the breakaway points, the first step is to write your equation in terms of K, means K on one side, and after that differentiate that K with respect to S, and then whatever you get from those roots, you will be getting the value of breakaway point. Is that correct? Yes. So let us simply do dk by ds and then see what happens. So for that, let us simply take the next page and do that. So dk by ds is equal to how much? See, d by ds of, and dk by ds should be equated to what? 0, which is our condition. So let us simply do that. So dk by ds, since everything is going to become 0, let us not take this minus sign into our consideration, because as it is going to become 0. Is it correct? Yes, sir. So now d by ds is how much? What is d by ds? D by ds is equal to how much? See, s plus 4 into s squared plus 4s plus 5 plus s into s squared plus 4s plus 5 plus s into s plus 4 into 2s plus 4, which is equal to 0. That's it. Now you please solve this equation and then you get whatever you want. So how do you go about this equation? See, s plus 4 is there twice. Is that correct? Yes, sir. S plus 4 is there given twice. Similarly, we have got this 2s plus 4 also. In totality, when you sum it up and you solve this, you get something like this: 2s plus 4 into s squared plus 4s plus 5 equal to 0. Therefore, what do you have now is nothing but what? 2s plus 4 into what? 2s squared plus 8 plus 5 equal to 0. Therefore, you get 2s plus 4 into what? S plus. Now, see here. What are the roots of this equation? If you put them in a calculator, you'll find the two roots to be 0.775 and 3.225. So 0.775 and s plus 3.225, which is equal to 0. Therefore, from this, what do you get? If you equate them, if you keep all of them separately with 1, what do you get? 2s plus 4 equal to 0. And then you equate this one. S plus 0.775 equal to 0. And then you equate this one. S plus 3.225 equal to 0. What do you get here? You get S equal to how much? Minus 4 upon 2, which is nothing but minus 2. Here you get S equal to how much? This 0.775 will go there. It will become minus 0.775. And here what do you get? S equal to what? Minus 3.225. I hope this question is very, very easy for everyone. Has everyone understood this question? Please let me know in the chat box. I'm waiting for your reply. Please tell me. Was this question very easy? Was this question very easy? Please tell me. Didn't you like this question? Very simple question. Just simple steps have to be followed. That's it. Is that correct now? Yes. Now the next one. Let us see what we have next. The feedback control system in the figure is stable when the feedback control system in the figure is stable. This is what they've given. They are saying that for all values of k greater than or equal to 0, for only k greater than equal to 0, only if k lies between 0 and 1, only if k lies between 0 and 2, these are the options, and we are supposed to find the right one. Okay, let us find the transformation for this one. See, this particular thing which is there, if you consider this block to be G1, if you consider this block to be G1, G2, and this one to be H, then how will you go about it? These two are in cascade, so definitely they will get multiplied. So you will be having G1, G2 upon 1 plus, yes, definitely whatever the block which is there above, which is nothing but what? G1, G2 multiplied by the down one, which is H. And since there is negative feedback, there is going to be plus over here. That's it. So this is your transfer function. Getting my point or not? Yes. Now please simply replace all of these values. What is that? What is G1? G1 nothing but k greater than equal to 0. Which is, let us consider k into what? G2. G2 is how much? S minus 2 upon S plus 2 the whole square. Is it correct? Divided by how much, sir? 1 plus G1, G2. What is G1? G1 is k into what? G2. What is G2, sir? S minus 2 upon S plus 2 the whole square. Correct or not? Multiplied by how much, sir? Multiplied by H. So what is H? H is nothing but S minus 2. Is it right? Is it fine? Correct? Yes. Now, after that, what do you have? Now, let us simply try to solve this further. So, this is nothing but equal to what, sir? K into S minus 2 upon how much? S plus 2 the whole squared plus K into S minus 2 the whole squared. Is that correct? So, from this, if you want the characteristic equations, because since this is overall transfer function, you only need the characteristic equation. So, what is that equation? If you equate this one to 0, whatever equation you get, that will be nothing but your characteristic equation. Is it right? Yes. Not necessarily. See, this is going to be your characteristic equation. Now, let us use the characteristic equation in order to find the Raoult's table. What is the characteristic equation? If you solve this, if you equate this to 0, what will you get? Is nothing but 1 plus k into s squared plus k into 4 minus 4k into s plus 4k plus 4 equal to 0. Is it fine? Is it fine? Please tell me yes or no. Yes. Now you need to find the Raoult's table. How do you find the Raoult's table? How do you find the Raoult's table? Yes, you please take the highest one, you please put it here, and then you just keep on solving. See here. Let us solve that. So how do you go about it? So this is s squared, s to the power 1, s to the power 0. Correct? What is s squared? S squared coefficient is what? 1 plus k. And then alternate. Alternate is how much? 4k plus 4. And here s to the power 1 will be having coefficient as k into 4 minus 4k. Correct or not? Yes, sir. Now, here you have got nothing, so this is going to be 0. Now, just simply use our same formula. What is that? This into this minus this into this upon this. That's it. If you do that, you get 4 into k plus 1. Is it fine? Yes. Now, when I tell you, in order to make your system stable, for system to be stable, what is the important thing in order to make the system stable? To make the system stable, all of these values have to be either all should be positive or all should be negative, such that there will be no sign changes. Now, since the first one, because you have already considered that your k is greater than 0, which means what? The first one is definitely positive. First one is positive, meaning that everyone has to be positive. So, how do you do that? See, what will be those values of k? So, let us simply do that. So, the first one is what? 1 plus k. 1 minus k should be greater than 0. Therefore, you get k. If you make this k equal to here, so k should be less than 1. This is the first condition. And k should be greater than 0. Now, next, for third row. From third row, what do you get? From third row, what do you get? From third row, you get this one. K should be greater than minus 1. See, one plus k greater than 0. Therefore, you get how much? K to be greater than minus 1. Is that right? Yes, sir. K to be greater than minus 1. So this is the second one. So basically, what you want k to be greater than 0, you want k to be greater than minus 1, and you want k to be less than 1. So it just simply means that your k should lie between what? Minus 1 to, 0 to plus 1. So your k lies between what? 0 to plus 1. So what is your answer? 0 to plus 1. So 0 to plus 1. So answer is going to be option C. I hope this question is very, very clear to everyone. This question is very clear. Correct? Is everyone fine with this? There are no doubts in this till now. Any doubts in this, please let me know in the chat. Correct? Okay. Since you are not responding, I am a very optimistic person. I'll take it as if you have understood the things. Okay. Anyways, let us move on to the next one. The forward path transfer function of a unity negative feedback system is. Just a minute. Please give me 1 second. Yes. The forward path transfer function of a unity negative feedback system is given by g of s equal to k upon s plus 2 s minus 1. The value of k, which will place both the poles of the closed loop system at the same location is. Yes. What is given to you? You have been given with this transfer function, correct? Let me take another color. Correct? Yes. Now, G of s equal to how much? K upon s plus 2 into s minus 1 is what is given to you. Now using root locus method, the breakaway point can be obtained. How it can be obtained? See this one. See here. You have got what? See k upon s plus 2 into s minus 1. See s plus 2 is how much? S plus 2 equal to 0. If we equate s plus 2 to 0, you get s equal to minus 2. S plus 2 equal to 0. If we equate, you get s equal to how much? Minus 2. This 2 will go on that side. It will become negative. So you have got one pole at minus 2. Similarly, where is another pole? S minus 1 equal to 0. So s minus 1 equal to 0. Therefore, you get s equal to plus 1. So one pole is at plus 1. Correct? Yes, sir. Now, how will the root locus move? How will the root locus move? See. Beyond this, I'll tell you. See, it is a very simple. If you think of this point, on the right side of this, are there any even number of zeros or poles? Are there any odd number of zeros and poles? No, sir. Which means this is not a root locus area. What about here? If you go towards right side from here, what do you get? You will see that there are going to be how much? Odd number of poles and zeros, which is nothing but 1 over here, which means this is going to be root locus area, and this is again not root locus area because here even number of poles will be there. So moral of the story is the center one is going to be how much? It is going to be the minus 2. This is 1. So the center one is going to be the root locus area. So root locus is going to be moving like this. Now, where is the breakaway point? Where is the breakaway point? For that, what do you know? You know, in order to find breakaway point, you have to do dk by ds in the characteristic equation. So let us first get the characteristic equation. What is that characteristic equation? See here. This is g of s. We have already said that it is a forward path transfer function. Means it is not a closed loop transfer function, rather it is an open loop transfer function. Which means what will come? 1 plus g of s equal to 0. Therefore, 1 plus, what is g of s? K upon s plus 2 into what? S minus 1 equal to 0. Therefore, if you just place this, if you just simplify this, you will get what? You will get value of k. What is that equal to? You will get k equal to how much? Minus of s plus 2 into s minus 1. Therefore, you get how much? If you want the breakaway points, you will definitely do what? You will do dk by ds. The moment you do dk by ds, what is that? D by ds of k. What is k? K is nothing but minus of s plus 2 into s minus 1, which is equal to what? D by ds of this one. So you get minus of what? Minus of what? 2s minus 1 equal to 0. Therefore, what do you get? If you take minus common, you get 2s plus 1 equal to 0. Take this minus on other side, it will become 0. So 2s plus 1 equal to 0. Therefore, you get s equal to how much? Minus 0.5. So your breakaway point is where? It is at minus 0.5. So this is your breakaway point. Somewhere here is going to be your what? Breakaway point. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Now, once you have got the breakaway point, what you can do next is to have both the poles at the same direction. Means if you want both the poles to go in the same direction, which means basically you need the breakaway point. So breakaway point you have got. So mod of g of s at s equal to how much? 0.5 equal to 1. So you get how much? If you just replace this s equal to 0.5 in this equation, k upon, what is that? K upon how much? Mod of what? K upon s plus 2. S is how much? 0.5. So 0.5 plus 2 into how much, sir? 0.5 minus 1. So 0.5 minus 1 equal to 1. Therefore, from this you get the equation of, you get value of k, and the value of k is going to be how much? If you solve this, you get 2.25. So the value of k will be how much, sir? 2.25. I hope this question is very, very clear to everyone. Is it right? Is it right? I hope you all are enjoying this session. Please hit like, share, please. Is it very easy question? Was it a very easy question? Now, let us take next one. a linear time invariant LDI system with the transfer function k into s squared plus 2s plus 2 upon s squared minus 3s plus 2 is connected in a unity feedback configuration as shown in the figure. Unity feedback in the sense the feedback is nothing but 1. It is and it is already going to be negative, so it is -1. Now, for the closed loop system shown, the root locus for k lying between 0 to infinity intersects the imaginary axis for k equal to 1.5. The closed loop system is stable for. You might be thinking this is a tricky question, right? But no, this is a very simple question. See, what are they saying? First of all, from this equation, where are the poles? Where are the poles? If you see, where are the poles? The poles are s squared minus 3s plus 2. Means you, if you take this 2 here, you want two numbers such that if you multiply them, you get plus 2. And if you add them, you are going to get 3. So the answer is nothing but 2 and 1. Or rather, -2 and -1. Correct or not? Correct? Yes. Now, just do this s minus 2 into s minus 1. Correct? Now, if you equate them to 0, you will get what? S equal to plus 2 and s equal to 1, which means these are your two poles. The moment you have got your two poles, see, again, I'm repeating the same thing. You have got it from here. Correct? Now, so you have got s equal to 3 and s equal to 1. Is that correct now? Yes, sir. Now the close now. Which means, see, can you say here, -1, -2. Correct? Yes, these are the two poles. Now, definitely the region which is in between 1 and 2 is nothing but the root locus area. If that is a root locus area, then definitely the poles will travel like this. If the poles are traveling like this, then definitely at some point there will be breakaway. And yes, if the breakaway is there, now since there are two poles, see here, they have already told you that it is intersecting what? It is intersecting the imaginary axis, means the poles must be going somehow like this. We don't know where they are going, how they are going, but they are definitely going in this particular fashion. That is for sure. Is it fine? Yes, sir. No problem with that. Now, what I am asking, what I am interested is in next. See here. What happens at this point? What happens at this point is our point of interest. So, what happens at this point here? See, what happens at this point? This point they have said that at k equal to 1.5, this is what is the situation, which means k value is given here. So, see, the poles are traveling in this direction, correct or not? Yes. The moment the poles enter this area, which is nothing but left half of S plane, they'll become stable or not? Yes, sir. The moment they reach left half of S plane, they will become stable. Means the value of k for which the system will be stable will be should be what? K greater than 1.5. The moment k becomes greater than 1.5, my poles will be here, will be lying here, somewhere here in the left half of S plane, because of which what will happen? My system will become stable. I hope this question is also very, very simple and you have understood this. So, what is the answer? It is answer nothing but what? K should be greater than 1.5. Is it very easy? Have you understood this question? Please let me know. Have you understood this question? Correct. Now next. A closed loop transfer function is shown below. A closed loop system is shown in the following figure. What is the ratio of output frequencies? What is the ratio of their output frequencies is what they are asking. Very interesting question. Let us see this question now. Asking what are the output frequencies? See. What is transfer function given? Yes, g of s equal to how much? G of s equal to, sir, k upon s into s plus 2 is already given. This is the transfer function given. They are asking the ratio of output frequency like this for k equal to 32 and omega k equal to 16. What is the thing? So first of all, this is transfer function. It is nothing but what y of s upon x of s. It is nothing but what, sir? G upon 1 plus g into h. Correct or not? Yes. So which is nothing but what, sir? Y of s upon x of s, where y is the output and x is the input. From this, what you get? You get x of s to be equal to how much? From this, you get x of s to be equal to 1 by s, and y of s to be equal to how much, sir? K upon s into s squared plus 2s plus k. Correct or not? Yes, sir. Now, see, they have said that what is the ratio of the output frequencies for these values of k. Now, see here, y of s equal to k upon s into s squared plus 2s plus s. So let me just write it down. K upon s into s squared plus 2s plus k. So if you want to apply inverse Laplace transform, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to, what do we say? You are supposed to do something called as partial fractions. How do you do that partial fractions? For partial fractions, you will be doing k upon how much? For partial fractions, see, partial fractions will be nothing but what? A upon s plus what? Plus. Now see, this is what? Non-factorizable quadratic. This is non-factorizable quadratic. So you'll be having bs plus c upon the whole quadratic. What is it quadratic? S squared plus 2s plus k. Is it all right? Yes. Now, if you compare this one with the numerator, what do you get? See, let us say you want value of a. What will you do? In order to find value of a, you will equate s to 0. First thing is whatever is at below s, you have to equate it to 0. So here, except s, write everything. So k upon s squared plus 2s plus k at s equal to 0 is going to give you value of a. Is our shortcut. We have already discussed in our theory lectures. So s equal to 0, you please put s equal to 0. So it is 0, 0, you get k upon k, which is 1. So you get a value to be equal to 1. Correct or not? Similarly, if you want, what is the value of b? Similarly, you can find the values of b and c. What is that? Compare. For that, let me just do cross multiplication over here. Cross multiplication and compare. So you get what? K upon s into s squared plus 2s plus k, which is equal to how much? If you do cross multiplication, you get a plus b into s squared plus 2a plus c into s plus ak upon s into s squared plus 2s plus k. Is it fine? Is it okay? Yes, sir, it is okay. Now comparing numerator coefficient. Comparing numerator coefficient, you get a equal to 1, b equal to minus 1. If you compare here, see, a equal to 1, b equal to minus 1, and what? Next, c equal to minus 2. Already we had got the value of a equal to 1. Already we had got, yes, b and c we have found out by comparison. Correct? Yes. Now see the next one. Therefore, you can write y of s to be equal to how much, sir? 1 upon s minus s plus 2 upon s squared plus 2s plus k. S squared plus 2s plus k. Which is equal to how much, sir? 1 upon s minus s plus 1 upon how much? S plus 1 the whole squared plus k minus 1. Is that correct? Yes. It is equal to how much, sir? 1 upon s minus s plus 1 upon s plus 1 the whole squared plus under root of k minus 1 the whole squared minus 1 upon under root of k minus 1 into under root of k minus 1 upon how much? s plus 1 the whole square plus under root of k minus 1 the whole square. Basically, if you apply inverse Laplace transform, you will get here y of t to be equal to how much? U of t minus e to the power minus t into cos of under root of k minus 1 into t. Is that right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, after this, whatever has to be solved, I can solve it on here, this page. So let me erase this one here, so that we can get some space to write down. That's it. Because next space is allocated for the next questions. Anyways, now this is what is our y of t. Now, y of t is what we have got now, which is equal to e to the power minus t cos of this and all that stuff. Now, output frequency. From this, what you get? You got output frequency. What is the output frequency? To be equal to under root of k minus 1. Therefore, now omega for k equal to 32 and omega for k equal to 16. What is that? This is nothing but under root of 31 upon 15. Correct? Because under root of k minus 1, k is what? 32. 32 minus 1 is 30, 31. See, let me tell you that one more time. See, 32 minus 1, 31, and here 16 minus 1 is 15. So 31 under root of 31 by 15. Correct or not? Correct? Yes. Equal to 1.437 is equal to 1.44. That's it. So your answer is nothing but 1.44. So answer is option C. I hope this one is very, very clear to all of you. Have you all understood this question? Please tell me yes or no. Please tell me yes or no. Have you all understood this? Yes. Now next. G of s equal to s squared minus 2s plus 2 upon s squared plus 2s plus 2 are shown below. The root locus for negative values of k, that is for minus infinity to k to 0. This is nothing but kind of reverse color plot. As breakaway points, breaking points, and angle of departure at point P with respect to the positive real axis equal to. They are saying, what is that? Answer. Let us see. Let us see. What is that? Given already. Let us find the, what do we say? G of s is already given. So see, let us find the characteristic equation. 1 plus, whenever you don't understand anything, the first step is do characteristic equation. You will find something or the other. 1 plus g of s, and what is g of s? G of s is this one. S squared minus 2s plus 2 upon s squared plus 2s plus 2 multiplied with k is nothing but what? G of s, and h of s is going to be 1. So you get k into how much? S squared minus 2s plus 2 upon how much? S squared plus 2s plus 2 equal to 0. Therefore, what is that? What is the value of k? K is equal to how much? S squared plus 2s plus 2 upon how much? S squared minus 2s plus 2. Is it correct? Is it correct? Yes, sir. Now, you want what? You want to take the derivative because dk by ds is going to be 0. So dk by ds is equal to 0. Therefore, what is dk by ds? So d by ds of how much? What is k? S squared plus 2s plus 2 upon s squared minus 2s plus 2 equal to 0. Now, if you take the derivative, v into u minus u into v upon v squared. So if you consider this to be v and if you consider this to be u, so you get what? vu v into derivative of u minus u into derivative of v upon v square, but v square will as it is go 0. Therefore, no need about it. So v is how much? S squared minus 2s plus 2 into what? D by ds of u. So d by ds of u is how much? S squared plus 2s plus 2. Correct or not? Yes. how much? With derivative u minus u is how much? S squared. S squared plus 2s plus 2. Derivative of u into v. What is v? What is derivative of v? V is what? S squared plus 2s plus 2 which is equal to 0. Therefore, what do you get? S squared minus 2s plus 2. So s squared minus 2s plus 2 into d by ds of this. So the whole thing, what do you get? At the end, you will get how much? You will get something like this 2s squared minus 4s plus 4 equal to 0. Therefore, you get 2s squared equal to plus 4. Therefore, you get s equal to what? Plus or minus under root of 2. This is nothing but s. This is nothing but the point. Now, you are supposed to find angle of departure at this particular point. So, how do you do that? You know, phi d is nothing but equal to phi. Therefore, phi d is nothing. What is phi? Summation of angles of poles minus summation of angles of zeros minus summation of angles of poles. Which is nothing but what, sir? 225 degrees. What is phi? Phi is nothing but what? Angle of G of n. That's it. So the angle which you have already found is nothing but what? 225 degrees. Therefore, phi d is what? Nothing but 225 degrees. Is this question very clear to everyone? Let me know in the chat box if you have understood this question. Please let me know if you have got any doubts related to this question. Any doubts related to this question? Please let me know. Are there any doubts? Okay, anyways, now let us move on to the next one. The open loop transfer function of a feedback control system is g of s into h of s equal to 1 upon s plus 1 the whole cube. 1 upon s plus 1 the whole cube. Now, see, function of feedback control system is so g of s into h of s equal to what? 1 upon s plus 1 the whole cube. Is that correct? Yes. The gain margin of the system is, see, the gain margin of the system is they are asking. What is gain margin? Before, in order to find gain margin, you are supposed to find what? You are supposed to find omega PC. What is omega PC? It is nothing but phase crossover frequency. So omega PC is equal to nothing but what? Let us find that. Minus 3 tan inverse of omega PC is this angle which is equal to minus 180 degrees. Therefore, tan inverse of omega PC equal to how much? 60 degrees. Therefore, omega PC equal to how much? Under root of 3 radians per second. Is it correct? Therefore, mod of GH equal to how much? X is equal to what? 1 by under root of 1 plus omega PC the whole square, which is nothing but equal to 1 by under root of, what is omega PC? Omega PC is nothing but root 3, so root 3 ka square. Root 3 ka the whole cube. This is nothing but 1 over 8. If you solve this, you get 1 over 8. So 1 over 8 is nothing but how much? Now, but this is 1 over 8. But you want GM. What is GM? GM is what? 1 upon magnitude. So it is nothing but 1 upon 1 by 8. So it is equal to 8. So basically the gain margin is nothing but option C, which is 8. I hope you have understood this question as well. Is it right now? Any doubts in this question? No, sir. Now next. See you. A system has 14 poles and 2 zeros. A system has how much? 14? Arda 9. Yes. What is the next question? A system has 14 poles and 2 zeros. Number of poles is 14 and number of zeros is 2. Correct? Yes, the high frequency asymptote on its magnitude plot having the slope of. They're asking what? They are asking you that the high frequency asymptote in its magnitude plot having the slope of dash. So how do you find slope? See, what is P minus Z? P minus Z is nothing but what 14 minus 2, which is equal to 12. Slope is given by how much? Slope is nothing but minus 20 into P minus Z dB per decade. So minus 20 into 12 dB per decade. What is that minus 20 12? Is it minus 240 dB per decade? Is it right? So this is nothing but your slope. What is that? Minus 240 dB per decade. So it is nothing but minus 240 dB per decade. Is it right? Is it right? Please tell me. Yes. Now next, which one of the following polar diagrams correspond to a lag network? Which one of the following polar diagrams corresponds to a lag network? Let us see. Right answer D. C. Solution. Let us do the solution. See, which are the following polar diagram corresponds to a lag network? Let us consider 1 upon s plus 1 to be a lag network, for example, and it is a lag network. We already know that. At omega equal to 0, what happens? At omega equal to 0 means 1 by 1, which is equal to, so omega equal to 0, so you get what? Magnitude to be, just a minute. So 1 upon j omega plus 1. Is that correct? Which is nothing but what? 1 upon under root of omega squared plus 1. Is it magnitude and angle is different. So magnitude, if you think of magnitude, you get infinity, and phase angle you get minus tan inverse of 0. What is tan inverse of 0? Tan inverse of 0 is nothing but 0. So infinity at an angle 0 degrees. And next is what happens at omega equal to infinity. At omega equal to infinity, you get magnitude to be equal to 0 and angle to be equal to what? Minus tan inverse of infinity, which is nothing but minus 90 degrees. Is it fine? Now, let us make some observation. What do you observe from here? What do you observe from here? If you observe here, when my frequency is increasing, my magnitude is reducing and angle is also reducing. Correct? In the direction of omega, increasing phase shift is decreasing. System is lag network. So, which one among these four do you think will be the right answer? Yes, definitely the answer is going to be option D. Is this fine? Is it very easy? Is it very easy? Just let me know. Yes. Now next, the open loop transfer function of a unity negative feedback system is g of s equal to k into s plus 10 into s plus 20 upon s cube into s plus 100 into s plus 200. The polar plot of the system will be, they are asking what is the polar plot of the system if the transfer function given is this one. This is the transfer function given and they are asking what is the polar plot. Let us solve this question. Just give me 1 minute, I'll have some water. Yes. Since the open loop transfer function of a unity feedback system is given below, and they are asking you what is the polar plot for the system. What is angle of g of j omega at omega equal to 0? If you put omega equal to 0, what angle do you get? What angle do you get? Definitely the angle here you will get is nothing but minus 270 degrees. Similarly, what is angle of g of j omega at omega equal to how much? Infinity. Again, it is going to be same minus 270 degrees. Now, what does this mean? Starting angle is minus 270 degrees. Ending angle is also minus 270 degrees. This means that the polar plot must intersect with the negative real axis, because if this is the axis, here is 0 degrees, here is minus 90 degrees, here is what? Minus 270 degrees, minus 180 degrees. Here you get minus 270 degrees, and here you get 360 degrees. Correct or not? Yes, sir. Now, if the starting angle is minus 270 degrees, ending angle is also minus 270 degrees, which means definitely it has to intersect with the negative real axis, as in making imaginary term of the g of j omega to be 0. So the solution exists. Therefore, for this, the answer is going to be how much? The answer is going to be definitely option A. Has everyone understood this question? Please let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Yes, now next question. Next question is related to body plot. What is that? The approximate body magnitude plot of a minimum phase system is shown in the figure. The transfer function of the system is. What is the transfer function of the system? See, this is the body plot. I wanted to draw this again, correct? Yes. Yes. So, what happens from omega equal to 0.1 to 10? From omega equal to 0.1 to 10, what happened? You have got increasing slope, correct or not? Yes, sir, you have got increasing slope. And how much is the change in dB? If you see this one, at 0.1 it started at 20, and at 10 it ended at 140, which means the difference here is going to be 120 dB. So from omega equal to 0.1 to 10, what happened is there is a change of plus 20 dB change is going to be there, correct or not? Yes, sir, plus 120 dB change is there. Therefore, what does that mean? See, if it is plus 20 dB, which means there will be 10 contribution. There will be contribution by 10. If there is 60, if there is now here, since there is 120 dB ka change, correct or not? Which means there are going to be 3 zeros, because 0.1 from 0.1 next decade is going to be 1, and after that next decade is going to be 10. So definitely here there has to be 6 poles. Here there are supposed to be 3 zeros, such that you get 120 dB change in totality. Correct or not? See, from 0.1 to 1, the change must be 60, and from 1 to 10, the change must be 60, such that in totality the change will be 120. Correct or not? Yes. Therefore, you need to have 3 zeros at 0.1. Getting my point? Yes, sir. Now, what happens? What happens between when omega is between 10 to? Let me take a red. What happens when omega is between 10 to 100? Whenever omega is between 10 to 100, my dB changes from 140 to 160, which means what? 10 to 100 is 1 decade, and 140 to 160, which means it is again increasing by 1 0. So from omega But see here, if see here, if there was nothing at 10, this would have went straight. But no, there is something because of which you have got a loss of 40 dB. You have got a loss of 40 dB. Therefore, there must be two poles. Two poles at how much? 10. Omega equal to 10. Correct? Yes, sir. Now, similarly, at omega equal to 100. Now, see here, this has become 1. This has become, the slope has become flat, which means there should be again one pole at how much? Omega equal to 100. Correct or not? Yes. Therefore, now 20 log of how much? 20 log of k by omega when omega equal to 10 is nothing but equal to 140. Therefore, k by omega when omega equal to 10 is nothing but equal to 10 to the power 7. Therefore, k is nothing but equal to 10 to the power 8. This is fine with everyone. Has everyone understood this? So k is nothing but equal to 10 to the power 8. So the answer is going to be how much? Answer is going to be how much? Option A. That's it. Now next, let us see some more problems. Next question. The open loop transfer function of a unity feedback system is given by g of s equal to 3 into e to the power minus 2s upon s into s plus 2. The gain and phase crossover frequencies in radians per second are respectively 0.632 and 1.26, 0.632 and 0.485, 0.485 and 0.632, 1.26 and 0.632. Let us see what is that. What is the right answer? See. Gain crossover frequency where gain is gain crossover frequency. What is gain crossover frequency? Gain crossover frequency is that frequency when gain is equal to 1. When magnitude of gain is equal to 1 at whatever frequency it is, at omega equal to omega gc, that is nothing but gain crossover frequency. Therefore, what is there? Your transformation is 3 into e to the power minus 2s upon s into s plus 2. You please replace that by omega. So you get 3 by omega into omega squared plus 4 to the power half is equal to 1. Correct or not? This is magnitude of this one. Nothing but this. Therefore, what do you get? You get 9 upon omega squared into omega squared plus 4, which is equal to 1. By squaring on both sides, you have got this. Therefore, take this one on that side, you get omega squared into omega squared plus 4 equal to 9. If you solve this, you get omega gc to be equal to 1.26. So again, crossover frequency is nothing but what? 1.26. Now the next task is what? The next task is nothing but to find omega PC. What is omega PC, sir? What will be your omega PC? Phase crossover frequency. For that, is it angle of GH equal to minus 180 degrees is nothing but omega PC. Whenever angle of the open loop gain is equal to minus 180 degrees, you are going to have omega PC. You are going to get rather omega PC. So angle of GH is nothing but equal to minus 180 degrees. Therefore, omega PC is equal to how much? 0.632 into omega phi upon 2, which is equal to what? Cot of 2 omega phi. So therefore, the answer stands up to be. So if you solve this, you will get 0.632 as the answer. Therefore, the answer is 1.26 and 0.632, 1.26 and 0.632. So the answer is option D, because they are asking gain first. So gain is what? 1.26. And phase is what? Phase is 0.3636. So it comes second. See again, even if you observe here, the first option is similar to the last option. Means A You might feel that A is also right and D is also right, but they are not right. Why? Because the first thing they have asked is gain. So you have to focus on these points also. These are very small points, yet they are very important points to be noted. If you say here, if this is gain, so if gain comes first, then yes, definitely you have to take gain. So this is 1.26, which is gain. It has come first. So option D is the answer. If they would have told you that here phase and gain crossover frequencies, means if phase would have come first, then yes, definitely your answer would have been option A. But for right now, that is not the case. Hence, the answer is going to be what? Option D. Yes. Now let us take next question. Based on the above results, means based on these results, whatever we have got, the gain and phase margins of the system will be, means the same question. We are trying to do the next part. So what is gain? What is gain margin? Gain margin is what? Gain margin is nothing but omega is nothing but gain at omega BC. So 3 upon omega BC is what? 0.632. 0.632 the whole square plus 4 raised to 1 by 2. What do you get here, sir? You get gain margin to be equal to, you get, this is nothing but 2.26. Now, if you want gain margin in dB, then what do? You just take 20 log of this term. What is that? 1 by this term. Let me call this term to be A. So 20 log of 1 by A. So it's nothing but 20 log of how much? 1 by how much it is? 2.26. So 1 by 2.26. What is that equal to, sir? What is that equal to? That is nothing but equal to minus 7.09. Now, since the GM is negative, PM should also be negative. Why? Because either both will be positive or both will be negative. The case where one is positive and one is negative will never occur, because one is negative, it means system is unstable, which means phase margin also has to be negative. That's it. So, moral of the story is that PM is also negative, and hence, what do we get is you get GM also negative and you get PM also negative, because see, there are two cases. If you take GM positive, PM positive, the system is going to be stable. If either one of them, or if any one of them becomes negative, then the system is going to be what? System is going to be unstable. So, moral of the story is, if one is negative, other has to be negative. So, this one is not the answer. Answer has to be what? Option B. Is this question clear to everyone? Are there any doubts with you? Please tell me. Any doubts which I have not addressed? Please tell me. Is it very easy? Is it very easy? Please let me know. Are these questions very easy? Have they served the purpose? Have they served the purpose? Yes. So definitely, even next week also, we will be having such test questions. Irfan Ahmad. Yes, very easy. Great, Irfan. Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed this session. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Good night.